pre-K artists. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fall tree out of some torn paper. Let me show you your supplies. You're going to need white paper, black or brown paper, and then something to color with. It could be markers, crayons, paint. I'm going to be using quick sticks, which look a lot like glue sticks, but they're actually paint and they dry very quickly. But you could use anything to color, and you're only going to need green for your grass, and then yellow, red, and orange for your background. So the first thing you're going to do is color your whole background paper. So here's the colors I'm using. They might try and roll away. I think I'm going to use my glue to stop them. Oh, you're also going to need glue. I forgot that. You're going to need glue to glue your torn paper down. I'm going to start with my grass. And I'm just going to go down the whole bottom down here until my paper is covered with grass. Now the nice thing about quick sticks is that they dry in about 90 seconds. So even though it's paint, it'll fill up. If you're using actual paint, you're going to want to wait for your paint to dry before you go on to the next colors. I'm going to make sure I got my bottom really good. Okay. Then I can switch to my other colors. This is the really fun part. There's no order to how you want to do this. You can do spots or stripes. I'm just going to color little blocks of space, and you just skip around filling in a little bit at a time as you go until your whole background is covered with reds, oranges, and yellows, because red, orange, and yellow are the color our leaves turn as they're falling from the trees. This is a very bright red. I like it. And don't worry if I'm going faster than you. Remember, I've had lots of practice. You can always pause or rewind the video if you feel like you've missed something and need to check it back out again. Put some yellow. This is a neon yellow. A little bit of orange. And I have one color left. I have just a little bit of regular yellow. So I'm going to finish all of my white space with this color. And it's perfectly fine if it mixes in with my other colors. Anywhere I see a little white, I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow to kind of fill it in. There we go. That looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to take my black paper and I'm going to start tearing a tree. If you haven't gotten your glue, go ahead and get it because you're going to need that next. When I tear my paper, I'm going to start by going the long way, vertical, and I'm just going to tear a strip. Now if I put this on my paper, it's too big. It's as tall as my whole paper, and it's still straight on this side. So what I want you to do is go nice and slow. Decide how tall you want it to be. I think I'll stop kind of right in here. Tear off that part. And then come down the side. And you want to do this slowly. If I go too fast, it'll either make a really straight line or it'll just tear the paper in half. Once you've decided that you like the start of your tree, you can glue it down. Remember when you're putting the glue on your paper that you only need a few little dots. We don't need big blobs of glue. Big blobs would make our paper too wet, and it would take a very long time to dry. I'm holding my hand to hold the paper down. I don't need more glue, I need pressure from my hand. And when I'm ready, I can let it go. Then I'm going to take my scraps and I'm going to tear my branches. I want to try and make them bigger at one end and smaller at the other. So if I think it's too big, I can go back and I can tear it a little bit more. When you're happy with it, glue it onto your paper. I think that's a pretty good branch. So I can glue it down. And then I can use this scrap. And I can put a tiny dot of glue at the top and the bottom. I can glue it down. Holding it down so that the glue has time to set. That's what it's called when it sticks. You're going to keep going, tearing little pieces and adding them to your tree until your branches are nice and full and your tree fills the whole paper. So I'll add another one up here. By the time your tree is finished, it's going to look like this one. I've got some little branches. I've got some big, long branches. And they're coming all the way down and out across my whole paper. Take your time, and when you're finished, get a grown-up to help you take a picture and send it to me on Canvas so I know what you did. Have a great Gator day.